How do the Rams lose this game? What does it mean for the Rams? After the Falcons, who just do their thing on Monday night, what is that ripple effect for the NFC South race, all of it, and the MVP? Big winds of change going on. We'll get to that. Former Saints and Dolphins All-Pro, good friend of mine, Terron Armstead, gracing the show. Huge Week 18, meaningful games on this year's slate. And how about this? Ravens, they looked so good on defense. Derrick Henry, we were giving him the ball. What does it mean? Kyle Van Noy, a genius, a savant, a Super Bowl champion, joining us ahead of an AFC North Championship slugfest against the Steelers, one of my favorite rivalries in sports. Let's do it. The Week 18 slate is absolutely bananas. Welcome to the show. Very excited this morning to talk through all of these things. The Falcons, I wish that they'd done this a little bit sooner. We're going to get into all of it. It was the last game of the 2025 calendar year, and it was as fitting as it gets. It was beautiful. Another table flipper. What a mess of these playoff pictures we have. Down to the wire again. A stunning upset once more. And before I get into the ramifications, pun intended, of this one, I do want to say that I do not want to take for granted, and I am not for one taking for granted how special Bijan Robinson is. Take a look at this. Another 229 yards. 229 well-earned, 190 after contact. That's the most since that became a stat 16 years ago. What were you doing 16 years ago? Anyway, tweet me at the show handle, @UpAndAdamShow. I'm just going to let him run it out. He's not even getting exhausted. He's used to this. It's what he does. Best player on the field. And that's a field full of stars last night, making Rams look silly, okay? Second time he's put up over 200 yards and carried this team to a win over a Super Bowl contender this year in primetime, just like he did against Buffalo. I also want to point this out, because if we just keep showing his highlights, he's just going to keep running and running. 116 yards in Week 18 against the Saints. Bijan would pass LaDainian Tomlinson and crack the top 5 on this list of most scrimmage yards in a single season. And that's an all-time special year. And I really hope Atlanta can get him in some meaningful games here over the next couple of years. That is my New Year's resolution for the Falcons. And on the other side of things, the Rams, what are we doing? The Rams were like, what did I say? I said they were like the boring team. They're the perfect boyfriend on paper. They do everything right. They show up. They get in the end zone. Kyron, Puka, Devontae, they have the MVP, right? Question mark. How are they? They're like the blue chip stock, the reliable best friend who's going to help you jump your car when it breaks down the side of the road. They're somehow just 2-3 over their last 5. They have lost to the likes of the Falcons, feisty Falcons, powerhouse Panthers, and Super Seahawks. Okay, we love alliteration here on the program. This MVP race, by the way, is now open. Man, momentum is a thing. Timing is a thing. Stafford had 3 picks last night, and look at this. Drake May, wow, takes over. He should be right there at the forefront. Unbelievable. The gap hath closed, y'all, between the two. And now we're talking about one quarterback leading his team to a division title and likely a 2 seed versus another guy whose team is struggling at the wrong time at the finish line. But I do think the overlords on FanDuel Sportsbook, are we getting a little carried away here? You guys getting a little boozy-Susie towards the end of the year over there with your algorithms, you overlords making these lines and stuff? I don't know. I think it should be more of a close neck-and-neck situation, don't you? Not this overwhelming. It's minus 475 in favor of Drake right now. I don't know about that. One performance should not offset Stafford's entire body of work to such a severe degree, in my opinion. He has 9 more touchdowns than the next closest quarterback. Drake's deserving of the love, yes, and do what you want to do on FanDuel Sportsbook. Let's not disrespect Stafford, old man Stafford, in the process. As for the Rams, as a team note, what am I going to do with you? Arizona at LA to close it out. How concerned am I? This loss pushes them in jeopardy of being a 6 seed. That I know, and that I hate. That sends them to Philly or to Chicago instead of Tampa or Carolina. I don't know. I don't think either of those matchups bode well given how the defense is playing right now. Take a look at this. Last 3 weeks, this Rams defense, which, by the way, was the third best in the league. They got the rush. They've got everything. We don't need Aaron Donald. First 13 games of the season have been so amazing. Bottom 3 every major category. What is going on? They're allowing 33 points a game. And the yards per play and yards per carry number are even, it's bleak 182. Bleak 182 for this Rams defense. Having to deal with the Eagles or the Bears and those run games between those two, that sucks for the Rams. I don't like that for them at all. I do think they've got too much talent for this to continue, right? Always rely on the talent, the ability, the coaching. What's going on here? It's because I'm going to keep an eye on. I am concerned. They need to bury the Cardinals on Sunday. Bury them. And Trey McBride, friend of the show. And they also have to, do a couple rosary rounds. We got to pray that the Seahawks beat the Niners to give them a chance at the 5 seed. Hamilton, before we get into the complicated knot of twine that is this NFC playoff picture, which I'm going to maybe take my ear out because I don't want to have a migraine this morning. The Rams, no, don't go to this yet, please, Derek. I love you so much. You and me, Hammy. What is going on with this Rams defense? Do you have you got anything for me? I literally have no idea.
I mean, the biggest issue they had last year was stopping the run, right? And it seemed like they fixed that this season. Bringing Nate Landman in had been a big addition. But over these past few weeks, it looks like last year's Rams team again. They just can't stop the run. They're getting blown off the ball a little bit. It's weird to see such a dramatic shift mid-season. But if you had to point to one flaw from last year's team, it was that. And the fact that it's popping up again is something of a concern here, especially as you laid out with those potential matchups. It'll be a much better situation if they get the 5 and get to play the winner of that NFC South. But still, this is something they're going to have to address.
They bury, like I'm saying, Barry, like how you say. I like how you say Barry, please. Say like Eric Barry.
Eric Barry.
It's so funny.
Wow.
They do their thing against the Cardinals. What does Matthew, what is the MVP race going to be won on? If they do that against Arizona, I don't know if that's that sexy. Is that sexy?
Yeah.
Who is Drake have?
Not really, but maybe it just settles some of it down and evens it out. Drake has Miami. That's not really going to do it either. It's just, I don't know that there's anything he can do that's going to bolster the case. He can obviously hurt his case even more at this point, but I think maybe it just levels out if the Rams, have a good performance and look like they're back on track. Maybe that creeps closer to the neck and neck race that I agree with you. It probably should be right now.
Right. I'll take a look. I'm just and I'll get to this, of course. If you're a Buffalo fan, are you just dying at what's gone on? I just feel for Buffalo fans in such a way, but I'm hoping they can turn it around. Tell me a little bit more about the NFC South race right now, because it's really stupid.
Yeah, so last night definitely threw that into flux. So it was going to be a win and in game between the Bucs and Panthers for the division on Saturday.
Okay.
But now, if the Panthers win that game, they win the division. Nice and clean, nice and simple. If the Bucs win that game, they don't necessarily win the division, because if the Falcons beat the Saints on Sunday, then the Panthers would still win the division even though they lost, because it becomes this 3-way tie situation that then favors the Panthers. And the other end of this that I was just thinking about this morning, if the Falcons had just beaten the Jets, they would be in a position to win this division on Sunday. Loss to the Jets is the thing you look at that is keeping them out of it. So it also has to be pretty frustrating to be a Falcons fan right now, as well as they've been playing down the stretch. It's where has this been all year?
Where has this been all year? Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's really crazy. I kind of understood that. Not really. I did not understand that. It's not. Terron Armstead on the show, Kyle Van Noy on the show. Go ahead. Tell me.
I have one more little ripple effect from last night, too, that's going to be interesting. The Chiefs are now in position for a top 10 pick because of that game last night, too. Just something to keep an eye on going forward. So, you're talking about how the Chiefs are going to maybe Carnell Tate, maybe Jeremiah Love in that Chiefs offense?
Don't you flirt with the idea of a running back going there. You know, I was there for the Jeremiah Love. I'm like the Notre Dame insider. Told you he'd be a top 10 pick. He will go 10 to the Chiefs because you didn't get Breece Hall, which might have saved your playoff chances, by the way, Mr. Beach. And then I told you that Marcus, that we can't even like understand that kind of gorgeousness in the NFL. You know, it's got to stay in college. It's got to stay, the youth, it's got that walk that he does, he's got to stay over there. I told you he was not coming to the NFL, and he stays at Notre Dame. Okay, I'm going to hit you with the AFC side of things because it's a little cleaner and makes sense to, me and the math. So there's big news yesterday. So Jim Harbaugh says the Chargers are resting Justin Herbert. They're resting the start. It's a choice up against a division. The division rivalry does not mean anything. We're just going to toss Sean Payton. You think Sean Payton would do that to you? Let you guys gift the 1 seed and home field advantage throughout. The Broncos, by the way, now 11.5-point favorites in this one. We're protecting Justin Herbert. I love it. The hand injury, probably a thing. They're going to be well rested, almost a definite trip to New England for the playoffs. So we take a look at that. The Ravens 3.5-point faves, by the way, over the Steelers as of this morning with that slugfest. Kyle Van Noy is going to be here for that one. Should we get into what's going on with the Steelers? Listen, I want to talk about this matchup for just a second. Maybe we'll do it in the break. What do you guys think? Let's do it in the break. Let's take a short break here on the TV side. We will have Terron on, and I do want to talk about what's going on with the Ravens and Steelers and that slugfest smash mouth matchup. There's Mr. Armstead. Let's go. Oh, I love a smile to start the morning. Okay. I want to talk about Ravens Steelers for a second. And, okay, awful moment in Detroit with DK. And that is... It's not a stretch to say that is a big reason why the Steelers are in the situation they're in right now. It is bigger than that, though. And it is not a slight against DK at all. At all. But one wide receiver missing a game should not have this big of an impact. And the reason it is the way that it is, and you guys were dragging me about this George thing. It's about how the team was put together. I want to get into it here. Rodgers targeted 3 wide receivers in that loss to the Browns. MVS, Adam Thielen, both of whom have been on the active roster for less than a month, and Scotty Miller, who had 4 catches on the year coming in. This is not anything against these guys. They are valuable contributors. Adam Thielen, I don't need to say anything about them. They've barely gotten reps with Aaron all year. Those guys, should not be in the position, in my opinion, where they are the focus of a passing game. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. You guys tell me, and I'm sure you will. It really showed up at the end of the game. There was no plan. What is that? Where is the Kevin McAllister Home Alone blueprint schematic of how to attack in the red zone? They didn't have it. They did not have it. The Wet Bandits were winning. And I don't want to harp on the George Pickens stuff. I've gotten it from all sides, all over the internet. But if you take him out of the equation and assume they had to trade him, they still needed, to do something else, anything else after moving on. So, like, it wasn't working, or it ran its course, or he's not the guy we want. And I can say a lot of things about that right now, and I could, but I won't. There was still a move that needed to be made. It wasn't the DK move. Okay, they decided they were fine. They decided we're going to put all of our eggs in the DK Metcalf basket. This has not been an issue, right? It's been an issue all year. And that's all I was trying to say. Even if it wasn't in the offseason, if you look at the impact deadline deals like a Jacoby Myers, Rashid Shaheed, friend of the show, look at the impact they've had. I'm not ranting or taking like a victory lap. I am frustrated for Steelers fans. You signed Aaron Rodgers to go for it, not this. And I'll get to the Ravens side of things another time. Thanks for the cues there. Derek, thanks. Keep me honest on time, I want for Kyle. Full speed on, I'm running. Stay
Still on top, I'm with it. Can't stop me, get ready.
Physically, he's at a different level.
Locking down everyone. He's definitely been the top player in the room for a while.
Let's get it.
When he gets his hands on you, it's over with.
Five-time Pro Bowl tackle, 12 seasons for the Saints and Dolphins, host of The Set with Teestead. I mean, Terron, you come on the show and both these teams win. It happened again. Look at this.
What's going on, Kay? How you doing?
I'm so good. How was your Christmas, New Year's? Good?
Great.
Excited?
It's great. How about you?
It was
for
fine.
sure.
It was fine. I'm ready for 2026. But before we get there, we got to talk about last night's game. Why is Atlanta crushing on Monday Night Football? The Bills, now the Rams. Why couldn't they be doing this week 2 on? We'd have a totally different NFC.
Yeah, it's just classic Falcons. Just so up and down, so inconsistent all year. They have beat some good teams throughout the year, but then we'll get blew out by a team that you wouldn't expect. So I said it before the game on my show, actually, on the set. I talked about we don't know which Falcons team would show up, and this one that did spoiled it for the Rams and Matt Stafford.
Yeah. You, by the way, great in Monday Night Football in your career. 7-3. Why is that?
Preparation. You know, spending a lot of those opportunities with Sean Payton in New Orleans. Really good teams, always well prepared. Our quarterback wasn't bad either, so always had a chance to win with that guy.
Sean's birthday was yesterday. What a gift he got from the Chargers. What did you make of that? They're resting Justin Herbert, which is gifting the Broncos a 1 seed, and then they, of course, they were in play for the 5, 6, 7. They're very likely to have to go to New England and face the Patriots. What did you make of Jim's decision there?
This is news to me, Kay. I didn't even know that yet. So yeah, that's significant. That's significant. I felt like the Broncos were preparing to have a real showdown, the battle for the 1 seed. So now that definitely changes the dynamic. So they should be able to secure the 1 seed, and it puts Denver in position for a Super Bowl ticket. I think going to Mile High City in the playoffs with that crowd, with that altitude, will make them extremely difficult to beat in the playoffs.
Do you think they're doing the right thing, the Chargers? Online, it's, of course, his hands hurt, pass rush, Sean's going to crush him, the O-line stuff with the Chargers, but they still have something to play for. I don't consider it super meaningless. The 5 seed would play the AFC North winner, the 7 seed plays the Patriots or the Jags who did their thing against the Chargers already. What do you think? Do you think it's the right move to sit everybody?
Yeah, I think the goal isn't to win Week 18. You know, it's to win Wild Card Weekend. So whoever they face, I believe they feel confident that they can get the job done, but it'll take a healthy Justin Herbert to do so. So I definitely understand the move, and you're looking forward to the future playoff matchup. You want your guy to be healthy.
Elsewhere in the AFC, if you take a look at this, it's up for grabs. Mike Florio of NBC Sports said it's a shade under 50-50 that Lamar Jackson plays. Let's think about this, Terron. Whose absence would have a bigger impact, Lamar or DK?
Lamar, for sure. No question, Lamar. What the Ravens were able to do last week, Tyler Huntley, shout out to Snoop, Derrick Henry, if they can continue that same recipe, they're going to be dangerous. If the Ravens get into the playoffs, like as talented as their roster is, but has performed underwhelmingly, we've seen all year. But who wants to play Lamar Jackson in the playoffs? Like nobody. No, you don't know what you're going to get, and I don't think anybody want to open that box.
I mean, it sounds like you're saying the Broncos would like to play them. The Broncos going to the Super Bowl?
Broncos get the number 1 seed. I got them going to the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Let's take a look. Can we take a look, Derek, at the AFC? I'm trying to think all these things up for grabs. Of course, Ravens in the hunt. Lamar Jackson takes care of business against the Steelers. I'd like to, for those fans who want to see the Steelers advance here, and obviously do their thing, how do they do this without DK, in your mastermind opinion? What can they do?
Get back to the running game. That's when even with Rodgers, the success he's had over the last several weeks before this past week, it was definitely run game heavy, run game focused, and it opens up a lot more in the passing game. So if they can get the run game going and can utilize their play action game, Rodgers is still magnificent at throwing in tight windows coming off of play action. So in my opinion, that will be their offensive approach.
looking at the NFC, I was just talking about, obviously, the Rams. You were just talking about the Falcons and what they were able to do. The MVP odds changed. Let's go back up to 2, guys. Thank you. Why are we shaking our head?
Matt Stafford hurt me yesterday.
What do you mean?
Fantasy championship.
3 picks.
I had Matt Stafford. The guy I was going against had Bijan Robinson. So you figure out how that championship went. Not
well, but I'm looking at just like I think we have the MVP odds. Can we flash them? There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much. They're the 6th seed now, the Rams. Is Stafford the MVP? Like, this is kind of wild what's happening here. Minus 475 is crazy, Terron.
Yeah. No, I think it's almost impossible to go against Drake May. Now, what Stafford had over him was stats. He had passing yards. He had the least amount of interceptions, 40 touchdowns. But now that after yesterday's game, that dynamic has changed drastically, and now you have to add in the fact that Drake May, those guys are 13-3. You know, number 2 seed. Yeah, it's kind of hard to go against them.
Pat's AFC East champs, which is insane. They'll be the 2 seed if they win against your Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins win big.
You think so?
I think so. I think the Dolphins will get a chance to continue what they've been trying to do and running the ball. Devontae Chan has been incredible all year. Jalen Wright coming into the mix as well. Quinn Ewers looked good last week. Looked good. He was decisive. He executed really well. Was his anticipation and accuracy was on point. I think they can go in and steal a win.
I want to ask you about your boy Cam Jordan. By the way, I mean, your Saints are not getting talked about enough. 4 straight.
No, they're not.
Tyler looks great. Your thoughts on this? I said yesterday that it might be the most exciting team with the best offseason, just given all these all the excitement. They've got their quarterback. Do you agree?
I believe so. I feel strongly about Tyler Shough, what he's been able to do. He's creating, he's making plays, he's pushing the ball down the field. He's way faster than I ever thought he would be. So much room to grow in his process, diagnosing the defense at the line, making quicker decisions. And then when you add in the weapons that he's going to be playing with when you get Alvin Kamara back, Vele back, and all these other pieces, Eric McCoy, Cesar Ruiz on the O-line, like he's playing with wide receiver 5, 6, O-lineman 7, 8, you know what I mean? And he's still been able to orchestrate the offense, go down, score points, and win games. So definitely excited, bright future for the New Orleans Saints.
You know who else is excited? $600,000 bonus for our guy Cam Jordan.
Sheesh. Cam owe me some money.
Yeah? How much
I don't
does
even
he
know
owe
why,
you?
but I'm not even sure, but I think he owed me something.
How much do you think he should write you a check for? I agree.
I think Cam should donate a check to the set, $10K.
$10K?
$10K to the set, yeah.
Yeah, a replay review gave him his 9 sack. You speak well of him. He was talking absolute trash about me on Twitter. He called me short. No, he was. He did. He called, and I was like, so I think he owes me 20 stacks. So I'd like that. Yeah, I'm just trying to have a good New Year. I'm going skiing. Those ski lift tickets, Cam, are pretty expensive. You need to, distribute here. So I saw this, and I also saw that he's a free agent. What do you think he's feeling going into this game?
He's feeling like a saint. He'll be back.
Mm-hmm. Why is that such an easy? You left. Why is that such an easy thing for you to say that?
He's still playing at a really high level. The production is there, the leadership is there. Cam is like Drew. Me too. Like, I'm a Saint for life, no question about it. My situation was different. With Cam, it's no way he gets out of the building. 130 sacks, first ballot Hall of Famer. He is the Saints. Like, he is the face that you have to have in that organization. It just makes too much sense.
Would you have liked to have stayed a Saint the whole time?
That was the goal, especially when I first got to New Orleans. I wanted to be one-stop shop, be in the same place my entire career. But it was a lot. My off season when I became an unrestricted free agent, it was a lot of movement going on. Sean Payton left, retired. It just was a lot. It was a lot going on and a lot of uncertainty in New Orleans. They were trying to figure out the quarterback situation. Deshaun Watson was potentially the guy, and then that changed. So I I had to do what I had to do business-wise.
The cap situation was crazy. That's, I feel like, what was your story.
Yeah, cap situation was crazy. I think we could have made the money work. Just more so, just the situation in its totality was just a lot of unknowns and answers that they didn't have at the time. I didn't want to keep other teams waiting as I was having conversations. And Miami was a perfect fit. Frank Smith going over there. He's the offensive coordinator, and Mike being in his first year. Then we traded for Tyreek Hill like 2 days after the day after I signed. So it was great.
Speaking of the Saints, the Hall of Fame finalists announced this morning. Anybody stick out on here to you?
Oh, for sure. Let's go. Yeah. Drew Breezy, Jari Evans. Shout out to GOAT. Jari Evans, right guard. Monster.
What do you think?
This class is insane. Yeah.
If you had to pick one person on this list who absolutely slam dunk has to be in, who is it?
Jari Evans.
I'd like to hear your case.
7-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, All-Decade team, All-Century team, whatever team he's on it. He did it. He was the best player on the best offense. Well, outside of Drew Brees, the best player on the best offense for many, many years. Just an incredible player, super underappreciated, undervalued by the masses. But if you guys got a chance to watch some Jari Evans film and you go and reflect on his career, it's a Hall of Famer.
Love hearing it. We're going to get that out there. I'm sure Saints fans will love it. Drew Brees is going to be like, yo, what about me?
But that's not even a part of the discussion. Like,
what do you mean? He doesn't need you to make his case?
No case made. No, just give my dog his jacket. Fit it.
Just because it's been fitted. It's been fitted.
For sure.
I want to ask you about the Dolphins because Tua, you love, you're honest, you've been there, former teammate. Where would you like to see him in 2026?
That's almost impossible to say, Kay. It is. It can be in Miami. It can be, I don't know. I really don't. It's a lot that needs to be unpacked in Miami. And they have some answers and conversations that need to be had. And yeah, I don't think we can even.
Terron, that is. I didn't ask you what's happening. I said, where would you like to see your friend, former teammate Tua in 2026?
It's impossible for me to say. I can't even speculate. I haven't put him on any team. Like, it's impossible to say at this point.
Okay. Well, there's some Lamar Jackson rumors swirling. Would you like to see Lamar in Miami? What would that look like?
I think Harbaugh shut those down, which you never know with that. I know Lamar. I talked to Lamar before years ago, and he's always been a Miami Dolphins fan just because that's where he came from. So him down in Miami would be incredible. He'll be home, so he will be received extremely well. But I don't see the Ravens at no point letting Lamar get out of Baltimore. It makes zero sense to me.
He just signed his 5-year, $52.5 million deal in early 2023. $74.5 million cap in 2027. I don't really care about these numbers. Yeah, it would be very weird, but he has said he'd love. I mean, Florida is his thing, which you mentioned, which would be interesting. Yeah. Last quick one for you. Your top 5 list for Protective of the Year award. Here it is. How about Darnell Wright at number 1? Yeah. What separates him? What is unique to him versus all of these guys?
A lot of times in O-lineman, you got guys that specialize in one part of the game, pass pro or run game. It's rare when you got somebody that's like dominant in both. And Darnell has stepped up his game to where we can use that word. He's been dominant in both. He's faced T.J. Watt, Micah Parsons, Brian Burns, Myles Garrett. Like he's seen the monsters, and he has showed that he is one of these monsters. The step that he's taken in his game should not be undervalued, should not be overlooked. He's been incredible. So I got Darnell Wright as my top protector of the year.
We got Brewer, Trent Williams, of course. The Niners have been doing their thing without him. Deion Dawkins, a fan favorite, and Garrett Bowles on those Broncos who you love. Terron, we love you. Have a happy new year with your family. Everybody go subscribe to The Set with T-Stead on YouTube. Appreciate you, my friend.
Appreciate you.
I
Thank
like
you.
how excited you are about Dari as well. We will be back with a Super Bowl champion, Kyle Van Noy. These Ravens look amazing. Defense, Derrick Henry. Is Lamar playing? I might ask you, I might not, but here he is. Kyle Van Noy on the program, who is somehow still playing like he's 23 years old, while all of his Patriots that won those Super Bowls with him, they're gone.
Yeah.
That's what I want. 12 years, still doing what he's doing, versatile, does every little bit of everything. But I gotta give him love for. Is he TB12 guy? You think?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Is he like not eating strawberries and shit? Like I'm not eating nightshades. Is that his vibe? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I look at all of the like. Lovingly, I look at like a. I'm thinking of those teams. What year was that? 2015? What year was that? 2016?
So he was on the 2018 team that won and the 2016 team.
2016 that lost.
Yeah.
2016 not season, 2015 season, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm thinking like a million flip Jamie Collins. I'm thinking heart of the soul of the defense, Donta Hightower. I'm thinking where these guys have wrapped it up. Kyle's still going. Kyle not getting a third ring. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know? Devin's click-clacking around. You know, the brothers McCourty just all up in the meat, you know? They're a little older, but not really.
Yeah. And he's been playing some of his best football these last 3 years,
it's very
too.
impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know that he gets these vampire questions, but I think he's a vampire.
Yeah. He's in that Demario Davis class.
Yeah, at this, literally, at this level. And I think he might play a lot longer, too.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that's the biggest, maybe the biggest compliment you can give is to, like, not have a narrative of, like, how long is he going to play still or what. Like, we're pointing it out, but it's almost like a backhanded compliment because he's like, whoa, I bet you he's like, I'm not done. I'm nowhere near done. And to be so honest, like, what a compliment that that's not a narrative because of his play. Kind of exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. He's picking off Joe Burrow in the red zone and racking up sacks.
Don't remind me. Pick six, baby. We should start with that. Let's start with that. Can we start with that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, I like that. And then Derrick Henry. Oh, yeah, the Art Rooney. That's exciting, too.
Yeah.
I think Kyle talks to Bill. I'm going to say no.
I don't know.
Kyle's like, I pretend I know. I don't know. Okay. It's an exciting Ravens team.
Let's do it.
At the right time, baby.
The Ravens have been looking for since the injury to Matabike.
2nd and 11, and Kyle Van Noy coming untouched for a sack. His second of the season.
Two-time Super Bowl champ, 12-year veteran, Pro Bowl linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens. Also, congratulations, my friend. You are a finalist for the 2025 Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. You, of course, have your own YouTube show, KBN. Welcome to Up and M's. Lots going on with you.
Hey, let's go. Thanks for having me. I am excited to be here. I appreciate you having me on your show. I always enjoy what you bring to the table. You're killing it. You're doing such a good job. I mean, you're representing women's in sports. Keep going.
Thanks, Kyle. You keep going. I'm not pick six in the Bengals. Life's not that good.
That's your team. Hey, that's your
I know.
That's
Why'd
your
you
team
do this?
too. Uh-oh.
Kyle, why would you do this?
Because you got the dub when you were in our house. And Ocho Cinco were celebrating all that. We had to stop all that.
This is the slickest effing play of 2025, okay? You have the vision to get this ball to the end zone via teamwork. Talk me through this. The handoff?
Yeah, when it first happened, Kay, I was thinking, let's get to the end zone. And then the body didn't feel 100% that day. And I was like, you know what, Alohi, you take this, my boy, and you get the glory, you know? I wanted to be a good teammate. Hopefully that helps me with the Art Rooney Award. That shows I'm a good teammate right there, as well as hopefully that's the play of the year. I thought it was pretty dope.
Listen, you lettered in track in high school, I'm told. Did that inspire this at all?
I did, yeah. A little Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt actually liked my post. So I felt really honored. Yeah, I felt honored that he watched that play. Like that's my boy, Usain Bolt. Shout out.
It's your third pick of your career and the first since 2021 with the Patriots. Ravens beat the Bengals 24-0 week 15. We love that. You passed the ball off, all of that. Listen, for the second year in a row, Kyle, this defense, I don't know why y'all do this, but you adjust at the right time as the season progresses. It's like a pattern a little bit. I know health is a big part of that. It's out of your control, but it does feel a little like it's more than that to me. What would you credit for the resiliency and the growth of this defense at the right time?
I think you hit it right there. Resiliency. I think that's kind of one of our staples with the bunch that we have. We're never satisfied. We have, a group of, some that are misfits, some that are highly drafted and highly touted. I mean, anytime you have a one-of-one player like Kyle Hamilton, that helps your defense. And then you have some veterans that are doing really good. John Jenkins playing the run this year has been amazing. Roquan has been unbelievable in the middle of our defense. So having that group and just kind of figuring out every year is different. Every year is a new year and it isn't a new team. And something that is the standard that's always been here with the Ravens is defense, right? And so the standard's been set a long time ago with guys like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, and we're just trying to do everything in our power to set that standard and keep it right there where it needs to be.
And now you got Sunday Night Football. Whenever I think of this matchup, Ravens-Steelers, smash mouth comes to mind. It's just what it is. And this team that you have held the Steelers to a season-low 34 rush yards back when you faced them in Week 11. What was your takeaway from that matchup that when I'm watching on Sunday night, I know you're thinking about and is happening and unfolding?
Yeah, I think it's always stopping the run. I felt like we did a good job in our first matchup, but not good enough because they ended up winning the game. Aaron Rodgers had some big plays in the game with DK Metcalf. Those two were in sync that game. Luckily, he's not playing right. That helps us. That stinks. That's a whole nother conversation we won't get into, but it happened, and they're going to have guys who step up. When we watch the tape, Pat Freiermuth stepped up a little bit, especially at the end of the game against the Browns. Gainwell, he's done really, really good job. He's been unbelievable for them. So they're going to have to do and create ways of their group of guys at the wide receiver position of how they're going to get them the ball. But I think we're going to do a really good job of matching whatever they have with what we got, and we got to continue to get after Aaron Rodgers. He's still a very, very good football player. He got the best of us the first time, and hopefully, we can do a good job of limiting the big plays and doing our best to play Raven football and give it back to our offense with our guy King Henry doing the work. And then, the rest of the group of guys that we have on offense have done their part of making those big plays when they need to, getting those tight first downs on third downs, converting and keeping the chains moving. They did a really good job against the Packers. I'm excited to continue to try to get them the ball as fast as possible to see what they're going to do next.
What do I need to know as a fan about the Derrick Henry usage? Because he took over the game, like you're saying, even against the Steelers Week 11, 25 for 94. Okay, we gave him the ball. He takes over, signature game, and every fan is saying, yes, this is what you should do. Why are we giving him does that like sort of like a lazy take to be like, why aren't we giving him the ball? Why are we what do you make of just that?
Yeah, being in the building and knowing what they do to get Derrick Henry the ball, like, they do a good job of that. That has shown over the last 2 weeks. I think whatever happened in against New England happened, but then with the Packers, it was King Henry time. It was a game where we felt, and the offensive staff and the team felt like this was his signature moment here, and it was awesome to watch. I mean, he was in the zone, and I think, Kay, we got to shout out the O-line.
Okay.
The O-line led by Tyler Linderbaum. You know, he's going to get a big contract soon. Hopefully it's with the Ravens because he does such a good job leading that room. You know, shout out to him rallying the O-line, knowing that, hey, the game's on us. Like, it's on no one else. Lamar's out. We got to do a good job of getting Derrick Henry going, getting Huntley, making him stay safe back there, making good decisions. And they took it on him, you know, put it on their shoulders, and they did a great job. I mean, over 300 yards rushing. That's incredible. I've never seen that in the NFL. That is crazy. But shout out to our O-line. They've been doing a good job getting themselves going week in and week out these last couple weeks.
I love that you just gave Linderbaum love because he is so athletic. He's Jason Kelce-ish. Yeah, and I think he's Jason Kelce-ish.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think he is Jason Kelce. I think, you know, too, if you got him to talk a little bit more, I think you could see yourself another Drake. Yeah. He is funny. He's one of the my most favorite teammates on the Ravens. He is funny, but he's a really good dude, and he's an awesome, unbelievable football player that should get way more attention because he is that good.
I thought you were going to say that the running had to do with the play call sheet in Harbaugh's hands.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I might be like T-Stead right now and sidestep.
No. I know T-Stead. I'm like, you're not even playing. I understand.
I can't believe he sidestepped that question on you last segment. That was
like
crazy.
We're not even friends. You and I go way back though, 2015. You and I go back 10 years, Kyle.
Yeah, we do.
So, like, you're going to lie to me and tell me that this man has had a play call sheet? I love Harbaugh because he does not care. Like, yeah, the sky is orange. No, it's blue. It's orange.
I'm not sidestepping, but for me personally, I haven't ever, like, Harbaugh's came and talked to me during the game on the timeout, but it hasn't been with the play sheet. So, you know, I think it was awesome that he's more involved. Not sure. My communication has been without the play sheet, though. How about that sidestep? That was pretty good.
No, that wasn't. That was you saying, yeah, it seems new. Seems new that he has the play sheet. I don't know that we've ever seen it before. It's not like we have cameras that could go and archive that and find it out, Mr. Harbaugh. And that's why I love him. That's why I love him. He doesn't care.
The internet FBI is unbelievable, so I'm sure they could figure it out.
Just give it to the women who drink the wine on the couch and watch the TV shows. They can figure out. They will have it figured out by the end of the day. I don't really care. Just keep giving Derek the ball. That's like I think we're all good, and we'll do that against the Steelers. I need to give you. Listen. I don't know if you heard me during the break. 12 years is a great amount of time. And I'm thinking back to when I met you, 2015, New England. As much respectfully to the other guy, they're gone. You know, they are the Jamie Collinses, the Hightowers, and Dietrich Wise is still out there. You are playing at truly as high of a level as you were back 10 years ago when I met you. Are you a vampire? What keeps maybe even just your mindset at that level?
Yeah, I think, Kay, honestly, that's kind of why I'm still in the NFL. I think it's my mindset personally. I've always felt like I've been underrated my entire career. Everywhere I've gone, I've made plays, made game-changing plays. And for me, that's kind of been my mindset, is to continue to prove the people that have been in my corner right. Obviously, we like to, prove people wrong, but I like to prove people in my corner right. The people the team that I have, the amount of support that I have by that team to continue to show out for them. I represent a bigger purpose than myself. My mission that I have personally with my family is always to strive to continue to change the world and to help people out. And so by doing that and staying relevant on a football field, doing my part and doing the things that I love to do, it just continues that mission going forward. And I feel like I have a lot of juice left. This year has been a little challenging for me, but hey, we're still in it. We're still with the positive vibes, and anything can happen with one play. And I truly believe that. And I'm just going to try to put my best foot forward against the Steelers. Grateful to have great teammates around and excited for this challenge. This is going to be a fun environment game. And I think we've been kind of in that mindset of the 1-0 mentality for so long, going back to being 1-5, and things haven't gone perfectly. But at the end of the day, if we were to say we were 1-5 and to show up in the last week of the season and we're playing for the AFC North division with a chance to go to the playoffs, I think you and I would sign up for that, Kay.
Yeah, that sounds really, you're incredible. Well, congrats on all of your success. You've got this big game. You're talking about your mindset. And I'm sure that there's a lot of common things you're saying, good vibes, being positive, trying to get the best out of people, be a good force. I imagine like Lamar's the same way. I've met him a bunch. I don't know him, though. I do not know Lamar Jackson. Can you talk about not even just how, not in like a macro way, what has he been like the past couple of weeks? I mean, and what are you impressed by that might be even new? Like, obviously, resiliency, we talked about that. That was a word, your eyebrows raised. Like, that's a big word there. But, like, he's so freaking tough. He's quiet. Like, what do you make of him right now?
Yeah, one thing that I'm kind of disappointed is what's been talked about him is this toughness part. The things that he's played with and has endured is kind of like disrespectful. It's a lot of players played through a lot. You know, he's played through a lot. I've played through a lot this season. So to sit here and kind of question that is disappointing to see because I feel like he does a good job of wanting to perform at the highest level of his ability. And, you know, when he's on, he's on. There's arguably no one better when he's on. This year, you know, it's been well documented that he's been banged up all year, and he's still out there doing a good job. Some games have been better than others, obviously, but that's anybody in the NFL. You could say that about every single player. And I think what's more impressive about him is his growth and leadership, where, you know, he kind of, when I first got here, was a little bit reserved. Now he's able to speak his mind a little bit more and what he wants, especially with players. Like, I can think of a play back in 2023 in the playoffs with Ronnie Stanley, and he was scrambling, and he's barking at him to, you know, run faster and go block somebody. And when he got up and he got tackled, you know, he got kind of in his grill a little bit. But that's the relationship he has with his teammates. It's that love, fun, competitive environment that he wants to elevate everybody around him. And I think he does a good job. And I'm excited, and hopefully he's going to be ready to play. I don't know anything, Kay. I don't. This is not me sidestepping it. I really don't. I hope he plays just like anybody else. And, you know, if he's out there, that means he's going to be ready to go. I
think it's a really beautiful thing that y'all will carry if he does play. If he doesn't, I think this team's confident. The defense, giving the ball to Derek, all of that to get past the Steelers on this one. It sounds like you're pissed off about how your quarterback is being talked about, rumors of him being traded, all of this stuff. How galvanizing is that for this team? Like, that sounds like a bad idea if you're on the outside to be saying or criticizing Lamar, because you sound like it's lighting a fire. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, you know, I've been in this situation before. I've played with one of the best to ever do it in Tom Brady, and being involved with him being called old, and, you know, he doesn't got it anymore, and a noodle arm and all those things. And like I said, you want to prove the people right, and the building and the players all want to prove Lamar Jackson right, just like we want to prove the haters wrong, and the people that said he's not quarterbacky enough or he's a running back and all those different things. Yeah, that gives satisfaction too, but our main focus is believing in each other and proving ourselves right. Like, this is what was meant to be. Yes, it's been a challenging season. Our record hasn't shown as good as we've been or are, but it doesn't matter because we have a chance to control that destiny. And this one game, one opportunity to go into Pittsburgh against a really, really good football team. And just because their record's been what it is, doesn't mean they're a bad football team too. I mean, we just saw the Rams, who's been, you know, touted as the best team in the league, lose last night. So all that being said, it doesn't matter if you get into the playoffs, if you win these crucial games in December, you have a chance to win that last game. You just got to get into the dance. Anything can happen. I'm just excited to be in the opportunity. I've been in this business a while now, and I've been very fortunate to play in a lot of high-powered games like this, and it is everything that I could have imagined when sorry, the lights turned off. Everything that I could have imagined. I am a vampire.
There we go. Yeah, literally. You have been through it all.
Yeah,
it makes me curious about your relationship. You had this great post. You're fine. It all works. See you, Kyle.
There we go.
Motion sensor?
There we go, yeah. Sorry.
It's a... as you're talking, you had like a post. I don't know if we have stills from it on your Instagram. I think was it maybe before the season started? And it read like a story. There was like a picture of you as a young boy. Do we have any of that? We might.
Yeah, that was my journey.
Oh, I asked for it. I said the stills would be great. I saw it. I flagged it this morning because I'm so curious your relationship with the game, because you're at such a high level, but you've done it all, and you're a free agent at the end of the season. I don't think there's anything left to prove to you. Getting a third ring would be epic, and you're fighting for that. But what do you want?
Why are you trying to make me emotional right now?
But I just that's why we're trying to get the stills to make him cry. Show him the pictures of it. But when you look at this young kid, it's like, what else do you want? What else do you have to give? Where are you with your relationship with this thing?
That's a really good question. Man, that is a good question. No one's asked me that in a while. Honestly, I think the game's given me so much, and I owe it so much, and there's just something left out there. I don't know what it is. I just have so much juice left. I love this game called football. I think it shows in the way that I've played. I think it shows by the way that I deal with the fans, because they've been so unbelievable to me. I think it shows by the way people like yourself over the years have been so respectful towards me and have had great relationships with over the years. People have given me so much love, and I just have so much love to give, and I have so much more to give, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is because it's not money. I've made plenty of that. It's not glory, because I've had that, but it's this burning desire to compete and have competition. And I'm sorry, but I love that shit. I love being on a football field, talking some trash, backs against the wall. I'm not feeling well and got to make a play. And I just feel like I'm built different in that regards. I've just been through a lot. And I think a lot of it has to come with not quitting. There's been times where I've wanted to quit. I have a great significant other in my beautiful wife, Marissa, who I've wanted to quit, but she's kind of made me see this through. And I have a great partner that's kind of kept me.
It's so true, Kyle. You've always had so much reverence for your partner.
Yeah, thank you.
You always have.
Thank you.
What is that?
Because she's the real MVP. I mean, she should be very, very famous, and she should be very, very have made a bunch of money herself. I feel like I took away a little bit of that because she sacrificed her whole career to take care of me and go on this co-pilot adventure with me, which I appreciate. I always tell people, please don't marry a passenger, marry a co-pilot. You'll do really, really well. I've married an awesome co-pilot. She's amazing, and she's the reason why I'm still playing, and my kids. Wanted to show, I have a 6-year-old boy and almost a 4-year-old daughter. Just showing my kids hard work doesn't always mean success, but hard work, smart work, and continue to always going forward, positive energy, no matter what, things are going to just work out. if you just don't quit.
This locker room is very lucky to have you. But you are a free agent. Our show is ending right now. I gotta go.
Oh,
but
bummer.
Are we trying? I know. Maybe I need to come on KVN.
Back.
There we go.
I'll be back. All right, I'll be back.
Are you going to be back as a Raven? You're a free agent. Would we like that?
Yeah, I would like it. We'll see though, right?
We'll see.
Anything can happen. You
gotta,
might be in that last game. You never know.
For now, you gotta stop Aaron. I keep thinking about you could hand him you could be part of the lore of his last game ever.
Good.
You gotta bring him. He's getting that ball out of his hands so quick. That must be frustrating AF. Like, that's crazy what he's doing right now.
Yeah, but it also is a testament of how good he is, how the game slowed down for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still a really good football player. He played us well, and we got to do a better job of getting after him and making him uncomfortable, making him hold on to the ball secondary and just get after him. Make some plays, Kay. We got to make some plays.
You knew him back in the beginning, in that NFC North.
It's funny you bring that up because I still owe him. He scored a touchdown one time and, kind of slapped me on the butt saying, like, nice try. I think I owe him something for that.
What year?
I owe him something for that.
What year?
It was 2015 when they had Jordy Nelson for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's funny, the D coordinator that's actually the coach for the Steelers was there and wanted to blitz zero him all game, and that didn't work out well.
Well, he just must be so annoying to you. 12 years of him being the slippery, get the ball quick out, ass smacking, whatever. Like, this is your, this is a good chapter ending.
Right?
You gotta get him. You gotta bring him down.
We gotta do something.
All right, you're the best, everybody.
Thank you, Kay.
We'll be watching KVN. Great show on YouTube. We will talk to you, and good luck against those Steelers on Sunday. Take them down.
Let's go. Thanks, Kay. Appreciate you.
Bye, Kyle. Kyle Van Noy, Hamilton, introspective. You know what I love about him? He hasn't thought about it. This man has not even thought about, he's in it. He's in it, and then you kind of give him some room. I love listening to him talk. He's intimidating to me. He always has been, because he's very knowledgeable. And he's a lot smarter than me, and I'm always scared I'm going to get, caught up. Because he is. He's that guy. I told you that in the meeting. I'm like, he's a little smarty pants. Yeah. In a great way.
And you really got him into his feelings before this game. You're going to have him, I think
shot out of a
inspired
cannon.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Ravens fans. You know who loves you. Okay, what's next? Are we leaving Gronk tomorrow? Gronk tomorrow? Rob Gronkowski. I need champagne. Oh, I'm going to be home tomorrow. I got plenty of champagne there. All right, goodbye.